All right, so training with a cast. So one of my clients, she's got a broken wrist, or she's come back post-operation. We're trying to keep some stimulus on the muscles that are surrounding that without obviously compromising the stability of her wrist, the integrity of the cast, or causing any further delays in her recovery. That's the number one thing. Okay, so I know, yes, you can feel like a sloth, you feel unhappy, it sucks not being able to train, but especially in a functional training facility where you don't have, maybe some preset machines to move with, you got to get really creative. So if you do have a training partner, you have a trainer, something like that, it can be really nice for them to be able to put some resistance on the body. Or obviously you just got to adjust your training schedule and maybe just hit 10 sets of 10 on an exercise that you can do, right? So sometimes creativity might have to be used here, and you might not be able to put 1,000 different exercises. Just find something that's going to put stimulus in the muscle and obviously attack that. Another thought is when you're training, even if, let's say, my right arm is broken, I've got my cast on my right arm, by training my left side, my left arm, it still will prevent some atrophy in the muscle on the opposite side, meaning your body's very smart. So if I'm still putting stress on the one side, it will prevent muscle from being lost, or as much muscle being lost on the arm that's not even being trained. Okay, so the body's pretty clever like that. So I challenge you, still even go in, still keep pumping the one side. I know it might feel weird and feel awkward, like you're gonna create a greater imbalance, but that's not the case. Okay, so static holds, make sure even just by sitting there and flexing. So maybe you may not be able to grab onto a dumbbell because your hand's in a cast or whatever it might be, but by still flexing the muscles over top, even that'll still put some stimulus and stress in the muscle, and that will also prevent it from being lost, right? So, holding 20-second, 30-second holds and doing sets of that, right? So check this workout out. This is just a little snapshot of some of the stuff that we've been doing in the gym here, and maybe you can incorporate some of this into your own workouts or different movements like these, and you can still get a great killer body workout, right? Break it up, get creative, and at the end of the day, just make sure, remember, the most important thing is your recovery. The most important thing is your body healing. So don't delay your progress on that. All right, check this out. All right, so you can see here, so we're doing some mobility work, just kind of getting Nancy moving. Any sort of prehab, stretching, anything that you can do. Obviously, I wanted to start to get a little bit of stimulus in the legs as well, because we will be doing some leg work. But you can see we got walking lunges, twists, some staggered hamstring work. We're going to transition to some lower back, so she's able to still grip a medicine ball, so some back extension. We do some GHD sit-ups, a little banded hip walk, followed by we were able to loop the handle around, and she is okay to hold things on her fingertips, but we were able to use a resistance band for some stiff arm pushdowns, right? Still gripping on, basically supporting most of the weight with her strong arm and just supporting with her cast, or bracing her other hand in behind the cast, as you see right here for this tricep pushdown, so she can actually make sure that she doesn't compromise the integrity of the cast just by doing that right there too. So nice little tricep pushdown. We had some leg extension, so I'm able to give her some partner resistance so we can still keep some additional load on her legs, and this was working quite well. And then right after, kind of as the opposite, we do some lying hamstring curl. Her and I have also done some squats with the safety squat bar. So it is about just getting creative and finding what exercises you can do. And I mean, lots of reps. Sometimes you just need multiple sets. We're throwing some sled drag in. Instead of obviously gripping onto the handle, we got a little chain belt around it. We're doing a pec fly here. So we even do some static hold stuff in the bottom. So as I was saying, you can get a lot of benefit from just doing static holds or just static flexes. But obviously I'm just watching where my hands are and making sure I'm not obviously injuring her. And I mean, I'm sweating too, like this is just some serious work. And I mean, I'm resisting her as she goes up, and then of course she's gonna resist me, so she still gets a negative component too. And then we're kind of finishing off, again, a pullover here, trying to tie in some of her upper body and back and tricep and whatever else too. So try to keep it pretty full body, and I mean, we saw some great success with this one, and obviously it's just about getting creative and making sure that you keep some stimulus in the muscle. All right.